So, welcome to this morning. And I want to share something that's quite profound and quite deep and explain about this image. So, it says divorce distractions. What on earth does that mean about divorce distractions? Well, let me explain the image first. So, it was October 2024. And I was in Egypt before my group comes through the return to self journey. And I was walking around the pyramids and I was actually having a photo shoot done. And as I came round from the behind the Sphinx at a different angle, I noticed this horse lying down. I noticed its belly really swollen. And I went, oh my goodness me, this horse is actually in pain. And if it's not sorted, it will die. I'm very blessed that I've got to know a vet that actually works in Egypt. And every time I go to Egypt, I donate products, money, or all sorts of things to support her. And she allows me to do medical intuition on the horses. And she had taught me when the horses are at this stage, because they eat garbage, actual literal garbage in plastic bags, and horses can't vomit, they will die. And the pain is incredible. So I was taking a photo. I said to the photographer, stop. And I took a photo of the horse to send it to her so that she knew exactly where to come inside the pyramids because as a vet, she was allowed in to come and have a look at the horse and try and make sure it was okay and give it the medication or IV and things to look after it. So what's it got to do with divorce distractions? Well, you see, because I was having a photo shoot, I was on a time schedule. I had the photographer for X amount of times, but then I got distracted. And in this distraction, for me, it was very important that I needed to support this horse. In life, we so get focused on things that we want, but then distractions come in. Now, that distraction of the horse needing support, that was really important for me. But what happens in life is we say we can't get what we want because all these distractions come in. Sometimes we call it the butterfly syndrome. Fly, butterfly. And so today's Mystery School lesson is about when we need to divorce distractions and when we don't. So for me, that horse was an emergency. It was, I don't want to divorce the distractions. So if I'm really focused on, say, eating healthy, I need to divorce its distractions of things like junky food, eating late at night, and having sugary foods. Go away, stop. And to divorce something means to go cut, finished with. That's all the divorce means. Maybe the divorce's distractions is my health, such as walking. Well, it's pouring with rain heaps where I live. So I divorced the distractions Friday, Saturday, and Sunday by walking in the rain, being a drowned rat. And I divorced the distraction of it was pouring with rain. I'm going to get wet, I get wet. So be it. Clothes dry, have a hot shower. My runners will dry out. I've got two pairs of runners. Just swap them around. Divorce the distractions can also be in our mind because our mind, when it goes into the separate mind, not into the one conscious mind, the separate mind says, oh, you know what? Have a look at that. Wow, you're not as good as, maybe you should do this. So sometimes people, children, teenagers, say children who've got homework, they'll go, I'll just clean my desk. I'll just clean my room. I'll just, and then I can do my home play, homework, whatever it is. I know adults do that too. Divorce the distractions. Why aren't you doing what you want to do? What is distracting you and why? Maybe the distractions are you've got a project, whether it be sewing, knitting, artwork, any type of hobby, whatever it is, and the distractions of the negative thoughts. I don't know what the perfect thing is. Is that the right thing? Should I do that? They're just distractions. That's all they are. And if we divorce them, which we have a right to do, it's like we're not married and tied to them and you've got to have them. It's like, okay, divorce, done. If I divorce those distractions, then I stay clear minded, focused, able to do what I need to do. Then I get what I want. But maybe it's about finding out what are distractions for you. Because this is such an individual journey. What is a distraction for you? I know for me, having a home based office, I've had to teach myself and also the family of when the door's closed, no, do not speak to me. Do not sit notes underneath the door. Unless it's a crisis, I am really focused. Because sometimes when I'm writing a book, when I'm writing blogs, when especially when I'm teaching like this online or got a client or doing past life sessions or whatever I'm doing, it's like, I need to be so focused. Do not distract me. Now, there's actually a mental aspect that happens. You see, when we focus on something, all attention goes there. And if we have a distraction come in, take up to 25 minutes to get on track. That takes a long time. Those neural pathways are going here, and then there's this going like this, and we go, and then to get really fully immersed again, it can take to 25 minutes. My goodness me. So, as I said, I've taught the family when the door is closed, don't distract me. And sometimes when I'm talking about something, if someone interjects, I get distracted. I'll give you an example. When I'm keynote speaking, when I'm teaching online, I have a PowerPoint to keep me focused. And I actually say to people, if you've got questions, please put them at the end. I won't answer them until the very end because, again, the focus. If someone asks a question, that question might not be aligned with that, and I get distracted and then I lose focus, and then it's like, oh my goodness me. There's actually an energy towards this as well. Has it got to do with the law of attraction? No. It's got to do with the quantum. Quantum is the behavior and energy, and it's like this big channel of like, here we go, down a portal. And so that's why I say, work out what is a distraction for you, because it may not be a distraction for me, it might be for you, someone else. What does distract you from your goals, your visions, what you want, where you want to go? Is it a monkey mind? Is it the beautiful weather? Because that can be a distraction. When it's gorgeous and sunny, it's like, I might just do that later. I might go for a walk. I might go for a coffee. I might go for. Is it the pet, dog, cat, fish, snake, whatever it is that distracts you? I know when I used to have a dog, oh my gosh, he used to distract me all the time. It was 5 o'clock. He would come in on the dot, scratch at the door. Come on, finish work. And then because of the scratching, I'd let him in. Okay, Zach, I just going to do this. And I'm typing on the computer, and then he'd want out, and then he'd want in, and then he'd want out, and then I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm distracted. Finished, done. So, what is your distraction? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it that your goal is not clear enough? Your dream is not clear enough? Is it that you haven't taken the time just to look at you and what you really desire? And the desire here is, what do you actually want to feel? So when we have goals, ultimately we don't feel as good here and we want to feel really good. And so we have a vision over here of that's how I want to feel. So what's the desire to go there? Oh, and how do you want to feel with it? So what's your distraction? Is your distraction the weather? Is your distraction social media? Get on my phone and then I doom scroll. And it's like, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Click onto that event, click onto that event, click onto that. I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that. And when these distractions happen on the mobile phone, that's called dopamine hit. It's like the feel good, feel good, feel good. quite often the distractions are the dopamine. So if we're going to divorce the distractions, the ego brain goes, oh my God, you're going to divorce the dopamine hit and you're going to divorce me feeling great. Wait a minute, let's go back to the goal. Remember, I said at the moment we might not be feeling as well. Over here, that goal, when we reach that goal and the journey of it makes us feel good, well, divorcing all these scattered distractions that supposedly the ego says that feels good, divorce them, and you will feel good. So, in divorcing the distractions, such as care of self, going to bed early, not taking technology into bed. Oh my goodness me. The world is just going cray cray where they take the phone into bed or first thing in the morning as people wake up. Where's the phone? I'll just check what in bed. That's a distraction from our sleep. Here's another crazy, crazy distraction. For those that hit the snooze button, which I don't. I don't have an alarm. I set an alarm, but I don't ever wake up. I always wake up before. And so those that go, oh, look at the clock and it's such and such time, it's 4 o'clock, I might just get another 10 minutes sleep, I'll hit the snooze button. That distraction, that is not good for the brain. Our brain goes into REM sleep, and when we wake up, it's like the finishing complete cycle of sleep. When people hit the snooze button, you go back into REM sleep, and it actually makes your body more tired. It does not actually give you more energy. People go into the false illusion that it's like, oh, I just kept another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes. It actually makes you more and more tired. That distraction for the brain is not healthy. They've proven that through studies of sleep studies. So, what else gives you distractions? What else gives you the distractions? Is it the concept of got too much to do, got that, and then you get overwhelmed? You might feel anxious with it. That's a distraction in itself. What can you do? Maybe write a list, but just do one thing on that list. Success, when I teach success, secret codes to success, I say success is doing one thing. And so if you just have one thing for the day, one thing for the day might be put the washing away. And then it's just that one focus. There can't be any other distractions. If you look at the washing and then you look at the where the laundry is and I need to paint that wall, and then you look around and you think I need to actually move those things, and that leads to then I've got to clean the fridge, and then oh, while I'm here I might think, and it becomes so overwhelming. Stop. Distractions, divorce. Back into just fold the washing. Just fold the washing. And all of those distractions have taken you maybe 20 minutes and you still haven't folded the washing, basic. And yet when you fold the washing, just the one thing, fold the washing, then suddenly you have another 3 hours that you can paint the wall, or you might wash the wall and go, it doesn't even need painting. That took me half an hour to wash the wall. Doesn't need to paint. It actually looks quite good. Divorce the distractions. But the biggest distraction is our mind. Our mind going off into little tangents, which is great. And how can you support it? Well, on your phone, I don't know about other phones, I have an iPhone, but it's got a note section. And you can open the notes, put the distractions down, and then you can email it to yourself, and then put it in your diary, the things that you want. Now, there's a difference between distractions and chilling out. Say, for example, you take yourself off to the beach and you think to yourself, I'm going to go for a walk. And you go for a walk, and then suddenly you've got this desire to just sit and look out of the ocean. You're watching the kids play, watching the waves roll in. There goes a dolphin. Up above is an eagle. Sometimes those distraction moments are needed just to quieten the brain, especially when we're in nature. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I needed to keynote speak. And where I keynote spoke was down near the water. And I was actually early. And so I checked the time. I'm like, great, I'll go and see the venue. I'm fine. I went back to the water and it was pouring with rain and the water was choppy, choppy, choppy. But there was something that made me want to go and look at it. So I did. And I set the alarm on my phone for 6 minutes just to go at that. And it distracted me from feeling like, oh my gosh, am I going to make sure, am I going to be okay at speaking at this event? How many people will be there? I actually took away the distractions by having a distraction. And so at the 6 minute mark, when the alarm went off, felt relieved in my lungs, in my pancreas. Pancreas is where we have anxiety, small bowel, overwhelm. Lungs release the grief. Okay, let's now go to the venue. Feel really good. And then I took another moment just to divorce any distractions and focus on what can I give of value. I've got gifts, I've got the content, but what else? So then I focused on the energy, change my energy that I want to pour out the love and that they feel the love. So sometimes bringing in the distractions to divorce the distractions works an absolute treat. But again, you got to work out what's your distraction? Why? What's happening? And as I said, sometimes when we've got like what seems like a big goal, seems like an illusion, it's just the ego mind go. Can I do it? It's actually a little goal because when you break it down and put it into bite-sized pieces, it's not actually a big goal. Everything's lots of little goals that gets you to the end result anyway. So for a big goal, when you work out what are the distractions, like, oh my God, I might just clean this desk. I might just fix this up. Is that going to help? Maybe, maybe not. Give yourself a time limit. Okay, for 1 minute, I'm going to clean the desk, put the alarm on. Right, that's done. Now get into it. Another distraction. Oh, how much am I going to focus? Put the alarm on for 1 hour. 1 hour block of, in this hour, this is what I'm going to do. Nothing else can get in my beautiful bubble. And I'm sure if you YouTube or Google or ChatGPT or whatever else is out there, you could find something else about how to avoid distractions. The main thing is we're divorcing the distractions and knowing what are the distractions. Why do I want to divorce them? What's the feeling I want at the end? So, as I said, divorce your distractions, but choose when it is a distraction, when it's not. And as I mentioned on this image, as I was having the photo shoot done, and I saw this horse with really bad collie who was like, stop the photography. I'm going to take this photo, send it to the vet so she can get in so the horse doesn't die. And unbeknownst to me, the photographer took a photo of me taking a photo, which was perfect because then I could use this. See, horse distraction. So now we're going to go into golden hearts. And if you don't want to speak and you want to pop it in the chat, just pop it a Y next to it. So it's yes, I can read it. Otherwise, I'll read it and I won't know that you didn't want it shared. What is the thing that dropped in for you today about divorce distraction? So let's start with Lou and then Andrew. I might go to Andrew.
Morning, everyone. Yeah, for me, it was just a really good reminder to use the strategy of just blocking it down into small little chunks because everything is mini goals.
Yeah.
And I recently bought myself a little timer, so
Oh, perfect.
a little 15-minute timer, so I can just do a chunk of 15 minutes and just go, I've done it, yes, and so I can get my dopamine hit that way. So.
Ah, amazing. And what a beautiful thing. I love the idea of that sound timer. And as I said, yeah, it's just everything is little goals, little goals. And if ego brain understands everything's a little goal, there's no distractions because whether it's a 15-minute block of just do that, just do that, just do that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you so much, Andrew. Um, and Lou's got exactly the same blocking times in with the timer. Amazing, 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 amazing. Thank you so much, Lou. That the key thing with this one is notice what is your distraction because what might be a distraction for me may not be yours. What might be really important, like as I said, with that horse picture, I needed to stop. It was a distraction from the photo shoot, and it took me a little while to get back into the zone of the photos. I really don't like having my photos done. Just get it done, get it over with. I'm really quick with them. But this the photographer in Egypt, she was so beautiful. Now stand here, now do that, now do that. I'm a little bit impatient with photos and things. I'm like, get it done. So I don't know, maybe I manifested the distraction, went up, photo, gotta go into rescue mode, help the horse. Oh my goodness, on purpose, gave me a rest. So maybe, like I said, maybe the distraction is a rest or a recalibration or a reset, like the water. As I mentioned, I needed to go and see the water and the choppiness and the waves and the wind and everything else to distract my mind. I'm back into center to then go focus on the speaking gig. So check in on yourself. So thank you so, so much, lovelies, for joining me this morning. And those in Queensland with the pouring rain, thank you for allowing yourself to be up early this morning where it's wet. Lots of people want to just hit that snooze button. Remember, hitting the snooze button is a distraction and it's from your sleep processes. It doesn't actually help you with more sleep. So have the best this week, and I'll speak to you next week, guys. Remember, maybe set a timer, just like Andrew showed us.
Thanks,